Testing one, two, three. All right, here we go. Hello. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the exciting new transition in my life, which is my newish job. And I say newish because it's been a while already, so it's not super new. But anyway, coming back to work has been significant because it's my first time in it as a working mom. For the first time since her birth, I'm actually without my daughter, and having been in a mom bubble for almost 1.5 years now, it feels pretty surreal to have a space in my life that does not have her around. And at the same time, I feel like there's a tension of having to be present here at work, and then when I go home, I put on my mom hat and I have to be present to the family. Who knew? Working mom life is all sorts of cool, but it is challenging. And you know what, guys? I am totally here for it, y'all. But it's also significant that I'm here in this job because it was something I thought I would never do again. You see, for practically my whole working life, I have been doing something creative, whether it's writing, social media, art, or even teaching. And the thing is that 5 years ago, I underwent a bit of a crisis where I felt like God was closing a season of mine as a creative. And even though I knew it was God led, it was a very disappointing time for me. I felt a lot of pain and I felt a lot of fear that I was actually not good enough as a creative. And this led me to a conclusion that this just wasn't something that I was cut out for. So when I was ready to go back to work this year and I started looking for jobs again, obviously everything I looked for was not within the communications line or media or anything creative whatsoever. Even though I did that, my heart didn't feel right. It was like there was a whisper deep down that told me, God's not done with you in this area yet. So rather reluctantly, I followed this instinct and started to apply for jobs that I was familiar with once again. And this led me to where I am today, which, through a series of crazy coincidences that I can only label as divine, gave me the peace to step into it. So it's been about 3 months now, and I won't go into too much detail, but I am beginning to realize day by day that God truly is not done with me here. Through it all, my takeaway is that I don't have to show up looking like I know everything and I have everything put together already. What's more important to the Lord is that I constantly practice and be faithful at what I have been given. I'm reminded of the parable of the talents where the master does not evaluate his servants based on how perfectly they stewarded their talents, but rather the fact that they were good and faithful to do so. I don't want to quit just because I got disappointed. I want to keep going despite the odds. So I'll leave you guys with a nursery rhyme that my daughter is totally digging lately. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the itsy bitsy spider climbed up the spout again. You heard that? She didn't give up. She climbed up again. And that, my friends, is how I'm approaching my creative journey this time around.